Defeating the Elite Bloonarius without using any of the buildings on high finance. That's what I'm gonna do in this video. In my last video, I attempted to survive 300 rounds using only the center area on easy mode as a challenge suggested to me by one of my viewers, and by chance, the same week had a boss event on the very same map with just 12 hours left on the event. This week's modifiers are 50% boss health, 75% ability cooldown, no removal cost and some tower and hero restrictions. And with these modifiers I thought, hey, maybe it is possible to beat the Elite Bloonarius while doing the same type of challenge. This week we start on round 39 with 30,000 cash, and we're going to use that to place a 104 ninja that will be our damage dealer for tier 1. The rest of the money will be used mostly for farming. We'll get a merchantman for some extra cash generation and also some extra sellback value, and then build a bunch of jungle bounty druids for their cash generating ability. They will also be able to take care of most of the ceramics from the boss skulls, but we are limited to just 5 of each tower this week, so we will help them out by placing a ring of fire at the very end to prevent any leaks, and mid-round we get working on some more merchantmen. Once we have taken down the first tier, we can sell the ninja and the ring of fire and continue working on getting more merchantmen, and also middle path snipers, and those towers will be enough for us to make it into the next tier. For tier 2, we'll sell some towers and get a carrier flagship, on top of which we place an elite defender buffed by an alchemist, and as soon as we can we will sell our 2 middle path snipers and upgrade the 1 druid that we kept into a spirit of the forest. The elite defender set to strong will take care of the boss, while the spirit of the forest will handle the insides and also generate some pretty decent cash. We start working on getting our snipers back again, and we also get a village that will be upgraded into a 204 for more cash generation. When the second boss tier has been taken down, we can sell the carrier and get all of our druids and merchantmen back. This week's heroes are Striker Jones and Geraldo, and we chose Geraldo mostly because of his rejuve potions that will reset the cooldowns of our cash generating abilities. We also placed down the action figure, but since this week starts on round 39, it won't be making us a lot of money, but everything counts. And his invisibility potion will also come in handy later on. Tier 3 can be easily dealt with by building a carrier flagship and placing an MAD and Ray of Doom on top and then micro them together. But something that will be harder but better for us long term is getting a Sun Temple with a good amount of support sacrifices, since the temple will give us 5k income per round, plus extra income from pops within its radius and a 20% discount on other towers. We will give the temple 50k support, 50k magic and 10 to 15k in primary sacrifices. And after getting the temple, we will get our 204 village back, and its range will cover the temple, so the temple now makes 6k instead of 5k per round. To survive this tier, we will buff the temple with an alch and an overclock, and we will also get a glue storm, a carrier flagship and a cripple Moab on top. And getting the carrier flagship will cause the mini-sun avatars to spawn on top of it and get a much better position and be able to see over obstacles, so this tier was taken down in a fairly good time as well. And now we will keep the temple for its awesome cash generation, and we will fill the map with everything that we can to make more money and continue to use Geraldo's rejuve potions effectively to maximize the amount of money that we make. Even though almost every tower on the screen is there to make money, our setup is very strong for this round, so we can just chill and spam our abilities until the next boss tier. For tier 4, we're going to create a degree 30 Apex Plasma Master on top of the carrier flagship by making use of the Master Double Cross Monkey Knowledge. And during the round I will get a Super Brittle to the right of the map and also a Cripple Moab, as the bads were almost making it across the bridge. If bads make it to the second last turn, there won't be a lot of useful towers that can attack them for the remainder of the track, so they need to be taken down before they get this far. And with this setup we can have almost all of our farming going the whole time as we fight the boss. And after taking care of tier 4, we keep pretty much the same setup until we reach tier 5, and this is where we get to the hard part. My first setup looked like this: a degree 14 Navark with my degree 30 Apex on top, along with some debuffs that I upgrade and move around mid-round. This was very close, but I leaked to one fortified bad from the last boss skull. and later I tried to skip the nav arc entirely and get a degree 1 glaive dominus on top of the carrier flagship right next to the apex and keep the temple so I could get towers like the flying fortress, permabrew and debuffs. This was also pretty close, but not as good as the nav arc. And then I figured it out. We're skipping the nav arc, but we have to replace the apex. On top of the carrier flagship or the nav arc, the apex can see over obstacles, which is good, but that also means that the plasma balls will only bounce on the map borders and not obstacles. This causes us to miss out on a lot of damage, so we will sell and recreate the apex in the top left and get the glaive dominus down low. Paired with this, we will also get all of the best debuffs that we will be able to afford mid-round, and we will also move the super brittle ones mid-round to make it hit the boss more often. And with this setup, I managed to beat this week's Bloonarius using just the center of the map and not building any extra space. This is the first ever boss video on this channel, and I'm not a very good boss player as I really have not done a lot of bossing because I've been so focused on other challenges. But bossing is something that I really do like, and in the future you will see a lot more boss challenges as well as speedruns. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.